Alright, we are back into the school! You guys like that picture of Sonya on my thumbnail in my video, dog? On YT? The one thing I want to know is that I understand that this is the school where the first killing happened. But what the hell is going on? You can see right through them. Interesting. And it's all glitchy. People are gonna start freaking out on YouTube. Did I come through here? Where's Miss Sonya? Holy shit. Oh yeah, this is the bio lab. I remember this shit. What's this? Another classroom. Soda.
What's going on?
This hallway is kind of creepy. I can't go to places that I should be going. What? I can't go to places that I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Oh, good luck with that. I love this guitar. I have a thing for guitars, I guess. That's why I fell in love with Ibuki. So where the fuck do I go? I gotta investigate a little bit more. I investigated the dojo. The only thing that's left is here, so I'll go in here. Internet, it's kind of funky. It's always funky at night, but whatever. Alright. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. Is that Archie? Manga for morons. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. Alright. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little bit more about that incident? Why don't you just fucking do it? Holy shit! It's James Bond with Monokuma, dog. Alright. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylizing drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in the event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. What the fuck? Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. So he's fucking. So it's Makoto Naegi, dog. Like Hajime is cool, but I still prefer Makoto Naegi. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But I do prefer the cast of Danganronpa 2 a little bit over the cast of DR1. That's just me. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. Okay, never mind, this ain't Makoto Naegi. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. Ooh. And the uprising began. and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. What the fuck? Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. Yeah, okay. Works cited. Danganronpa 0? That's an actual thing? I heard people talk about it in chat, but it's actually mentioned in here. Very weird. With a heavy sigh, he closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony! For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Alright, he said that part. I can't do that fucking laugh, really. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Oh, damn it. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But Ultimate Hope? Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was true to the meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd give me more. I can't read. DR0 is a light novel, events before DR1, obviously. Cool, I guess. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it said that the reserve course students in the reserve department began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way I have no reason to do something like that. Gotta go, I'll be back in an hour. Have fun, guys. Later, Chibiality. Dude, I didn't know this was a fucking trial, man. God damn it. That's why I stopped it last night. And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who was that? The ultimate, well, the Despair Sisters, as I like to call them. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. Like I said before, guys, internet's still acting a little bit wonky. So every time I pause, that means I'm just literally waiting until I see the internet get better. Thanks to OBS, you can actually see if your internet's dropping consistently or not. So I really do appreciate that, OBS. The mysteries just keep piling up. Where the Monokumas, dog? Man, why is there another trial? I don't want to go through another trial. I really don't. Where can I go now? There we go. I can't press. Aww. Alright, where's everybody? The question is, where the fuck do I go now? Oh shit, so they're opening one at a time. Okay. Going in raw! Oh lord, can we see the bodies? Are they always kept in here? Were they kept in here during the incident? Can I pull out a body of, like, Mondo when it's just gonna be a fucking block of butter? What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Yeah! Oh, they're not lit up. Fuck! That means they're not occupied. I've seen these. I've seen this in the movies before. There's a refrigerator for preserving dead-ass bodies. At least that's what it looks like, but that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It feels just feels so forced. This idea should have been cancelled during development or something. What the hell am I thinking? Okay. Hey, look at that Monokuma ass, Monokuma.
I've been found.
Digimon, digital monsters. There's another manga just laying around here. This time, the title. Ooh, that's some scary ass picture. Manga for morons. The biggest, most okay. When I always see the biggest and most whatever, I just skip it because I already know what they're gonna say. Ah, I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most obvious. Yeah. Just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. To reclaim the digital world. I like that intro. I really do. That's the fucking intro I use for my Digimon, that Digimon series I'm gonna make on YouTube. That's literally the intro I'm using. Of course I had to edit it to avoid copyright issues, but yeah, that's what I'm using. Alright, thank you internet for actually staying functiony. Gotta edit this part of the video again, god damn it. Just okay, everybody should read that shit. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. That is fucking terrifying, dude. Wow, check this shit out. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the... Okay. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. Okay. Was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the reserve corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people who of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then, it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon, the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. Ooh, interesting. As the violence and death continued to spread to the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was unsaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. Damn! The world of Danganronpa, everybody. No, you know, best Digimon is War Greymon. I don't care what anybody says. War Greymon is my favorite Digimon, hands down. He's just so badass. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. What's up, Spiral? A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. What the shit? A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Damn! Holy shit! Damn! Damn, Junko. Look what you did. Black War Greymon. I see the thing about Black Wargreymon. I like colors on my Digimon, so I prefer like the original Wargreymon. Internet's getting funky. Internet's getting funky. I should actually, this could be thumbnail material, actually. That name sounds metal as fuck. Susanomon? That, I don't like that. I really don't like that Digimon. I really don't. Nothing crazy about Susanomon. It only sounds cool because it has the name Susano in its name, so that's literally it. Wargreymon is the best. Ancient Spirit Evolution. Yep, like I said, the internet's acting wonky. Just chilling here, looking at this horrifying picture until it gets better. You know who I like too? I think Spiral or Sirik showed me her. It's like Angel Woman, but like she is like a mixture of dark and light, and she has like literally like 8 or 6 wings. I forgot her name. She is a beauty. I love her so much. I don't know what is her powers, but she is also gnarly. I love her. Like, you always gotta have, like, some kind of female character up there in the ranks of dudes. Like, still, Wargreymon's my favorite. It's just a ripoff of Pokemon? Not really. The thing about Digimon is, like, okay, Pokemon is, like, a little bit more child-friendly. And that's literally it. It does the same thing, like, oh, let's go here and fucking... get the badges. That's basically it. While Digimon was like a little bit more heavy focus on storytelling. They used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. I'm just taking my chances when I see the internet fine. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to what the fuck? They wrote software to spread despair? I like it. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, yeah. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. Yo, this is some crazy ass world Danganronpa lives in. The tragedy will never end. Poor Jerome, he has to edit some of these pause moments. It's whatever, dude. It really is. Like, dude, I don't even have like episodes of the next session for Corpse Party up, so I need to start editing that after I stop fucking live streaming. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. Wow, that's all he's worrying about. What's happened to them?
No way!
The internet is giving me ultimate despair right about now, dog. It's giving me major despair. Are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough! What is this messed up manga? I thought you obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault. Though, thanks to them stealing to you, what the fuck? I can't read. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my internet. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your memory, or school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened? And I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. You don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. If you don't, you know. I just want to help you guys so you can live well just as lives out in the outside world. I like Monokuma. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Yeah, conflicted. Yeah, yep. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. I don't understand. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? I need a drink of water. If they devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, the organization isn't just one person, but a group of people? But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. And other killings were involved in connected to them as well. It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Whew. That was close. I nearly froze to death. I almost froze off my my front tail. Fucking Akane, dude. I love Akane so much. It's funny. So where should I go next? But Akane is extremely oblivious to her surroundings. That's literally her character. Hey, what's good, Fuyuhiko? No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him.